Was good? Was good? Buckeye Steppers podcast episode 56. We in the building, man. Hey, we here on a Tuesday night. You know, we usually live on Thursday, but this is a special week. Of course, we got the holidays Thursday and stuff. So of course, it will not be a Thursday night show this week, but we're live tonight, and we will be live Friday night for our finals predictions for the game. You already know. Big week is hate week. Bums up North week, man. So we very excited about this week, man, for sure. Definitely gonna be a great show, on our behalf tonight, man. So let me start by saying salute to my fellas, my brothers, man. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good. Ready for this week. Ready for this big game.
Yeah, we lit. We lit for sure.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, we can kind of go ahead and start to just recap the game from last week because we ain't talk about no, we wasn't live last week. You know what I'm saying? We had to take some time off, man. Said life be life and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We all got busy schedules and everything. But let's go ahead and get into Rutgers game, man. Um, this Rutgers game this past Saturday, we won 42-9. Um of course, guys like, Cornell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, both of them guys didn't play in the game this past Saturday, held those guys out. And of course, just reading off the stats, just go ahead and get into the game. Julian Sand, um, 13 for 19, 156 passing yards, two touchdowns. Bo Jackson, another 100-yard game from Bo Jackson, 19 carries, 110 yards, two tutties from Bo Jack this past week. Max Clear was the leading receiver with seven catches, 105 yards, one tutty. Caden Curry on his senior day, two sacks in that game, six total tackles, four solo from Caden Curry. Those were the leaders and stats right there. We can go ahead to just go a little bit specifically with some other guys. Lincoln Kingholz, he was one for three coming in the game, 19 yards. I like what I seen in the little glimpse from Lincoln Keyholtz in particular. I could say for sure with his little package that they bring him in. Definitely interested to see more of his package this Saturday for sure, for sure. James Peoples, three carries, 55 yards, 18.3 average. You know what I'm saying? He had a touchdown in the fourth quarter of the game. Isaiah West, eight carries, 48 yards, six, no, 6 yards per carry. He was pretty solid coming in. Nothing too much from CJ Donaldson in the game. Three carries, 8 yards, one tutty though. He did get a touchdown, punched it in on the goal line on a play. Wide receiver core from Saturday, David Adolph, the senior. I know Crush was giving Adolph hell because he was playing in the game. But Adolph, two carries, 23 yards. Two catches, 23 yards. Jelani Thurman had a catch. Bo Jack, he had a catch. Brandon Ennis had two catches for it, and he had a tutty. Um, and then just the defense was just stacked with Peyton Pierce, Sonny Styles. Both of those guys had five tackles. Jalen McClain, Fahim Delane, both of them had four tackles. Caleb Downs, William Jackson, Tyrone Malone, Caden McDonald, all of them had three. Devin Sanchez, Leroy Roker, Edric Houston, Bryce West, Kenyatta Jackson, all of those guys had two tackles. And then, the list goes on for those guys, man. And kind of getting into the team stat aspect of the game. Um, on offense, Ohio State, 430 total yards. Rutgers, 147 total yards. And both teams had one penalty. On one turnover. Of course, Ohio State had five penalties for 60 yards. Rutgers had four penalties for 37 yards. Time of possession for us was 32 minutes. Rutgers, 27 minutes. So just getting to give me just a real glimpse. How y'all feel about the Rutgers game this past Saturday on how the team looked.
Um, I didn't. Me personally, I thought that sometimes the Lincoln Kane holds package. kind of messes up the Julian Sayings rhythm. You know what I mean? The offense's rhythm. I don't. I'm. I said at the beginning of the season, I'm not really a fan of like the two quarterback system. You know what I mean? Go
Hmm.
with. You know what I mean? Go with the one. You know, and I don't think it helps Julian Sayings Heisman candidacy either. You know what I mean? My opinion on that. But overall, as Rutgers, we did what we were supposed to do. I would like this to start out a little bit faster if I'm nitpicking at the team. You know what I mean? I'm happy with the win, but I would like to see the the team, not more so the team, because I think the defense always starts off fast in respect. So I would like to see the offense to start off a little faster. But we didn't have JJ and Carnell Tate, so I'm not gonna hold that against them. But really, we did what I expected them to do. So ain't really much I can really say.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. What you think, Tom?
I thought it was I thought it was a good win. I mean, I agree with TB. I would have hoped for a faster start, but um just looking at the way they controlled the game though in its totality though, I thought it was dope to see that they didn't start out fast and still, you know, put the put the put the squeeze of death on the boys and you know what I mean, still run the score of 42 to 9. Even with a, I don't think Julian Sand was in sync either. And you know what I mean? I think like I don't think all the games gonna look pretty and you know what I'm saying, gonna be the ideal game for his Heisman campaign, but from a team aspect, if you can control the game that way and the quarterback ain't even in sync and you don't even got your guys, and I mean granted it was Rutgers, but still, um, I thought I thought the young guy did good considering he didn't have his two leading targets, and you know I still like I like what I saw from the running game especially. I I I think they just need to just you know what I mean sit CJ Donaldson on the bench, and if a guy goes down then like, but I just think right now like at this point he in the way. Um I think them young boys, bro. I think them young boys in that backfield, they hungry, bro. And they run like it. Like they run like with anger, bro. Like I like saying that. I just think CJ Donaldson, he's smooth, man. Like he big, like he ain't no power back for real. Like he light on his feet. He's smooth and you know what I mean. He more finesse. He run like a finesse guy, I should say, but I mean, he don't got finesse moves, but I just think they need to sit him on the bench. I'm tired of seeing him. I'm tired of seeing him, quite frankly. And but that defense, bro, I don't know, like what, like is Arvell Reese a robot or what?
Yeah, man, man. I could just go and just give my little glimpse of it from the Rutgers game. Me personally, from what I've seen, and I agree a lot with you guys. I could say, for instance, the last two, I could say last three games. I felt like everything we've done in the last three games, especially last week, was to improve and be ready for this week in particular. And I felt like we were very vanilla on offense in particular. Even on defense, I can say I think we were very vanilla where we didn't show so much on defense the last couple weeks because I feel like we're very talented where we didn't have to show much against Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers. You know what I mean? In that particular case. So I just felt like with this football team that we have with Rutgers in that game, the offense they were trying to establish the run identity a lot, which is you've seen the game from Bo Jackson, you've seen Isaiah West, which I love what I'm seeing from Isaiah West as well coming in play, and I love what I'm seeing from James Peoples, man. I know a lot of people, we had the conversation like, no, James, who should play more? No, James Peoples, CJ Donaldson. Of course, I've been on record, believing I think the three guys and the running back, core that we have is, the two freshmen between Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, and let alone with, James Peoples and CJ Donaldson is more so a goal line back. You know what I'm saying? And that's been the perception of CJ Donaldson throughout the whole entire year, even though they've played him in key moments in certain games and everything as well. But I mean, right now in the season, as far as the run game, you can see that the clear best three running backs, is Bo, Isaiah West, and James Peoples, in my opinion. And then CJ Donaldson is that fourth guy. And, of course, TB mentioned the little wrinkle with Lincoln Kingholz, with him coming in the game. Um, I understand it takes away on the flow of the game, in particular from Julian saying, with him coming in. But I'm cool with Lincoln Kehoe if they got a little package for him in the goal line. And I think it was cool to show little wrinkles with Lincoln because they had to show a little wrinkle with him in his little package that he will throw the ball too if he's out there. And that gives Michigan something to look at, for us when Lincoln is in the game. That yeah, Lincoln he get in the game, yeah, he'll throw the ball too as well. So I definitely understand as far as the floor game though what TB was saying for us that for sure for us with Lincoln and Julian, but I think with this game, man, it was more so us just establishing the run game, making sure that we was efficient with the run game in this game against Rutgers. Nothing too much on the passing game. Of course, JJ and Cornell was out, and that definitely showed that they were out in a sense. I can say for sure it definitely showed. But Max Clear picked up the pieces, and he was the number one guy this past Saturday. Where I think that was great in itself because now you seeing Max Clear, he's heating up as more as the season goes on, which is that's well needed. And we always felt, as far as the receiving core, that is JJ and Cornell, and then Max Clear, and then it goes to Brandon Ennis and the other guys that's on, that's part of the receiving core. So I would definitely say
Yeah,
that, Max Clear would, I love what I seen with him, coming in full effect this past week, and it definitely paid dividends on the offense to where it's, they're going to be a well-oiled machine going into this Saturday, man, for sure.
Hmm. Yeah. See, I mean, is do y'all do y'all believe that the coaching staff believes that C.J. Donaldson is the best goal line back we have?
Uh, I, I, I would say yes. I would say yes, as far as the goal line. But
Well,
they
short
don't.
yardage
But
back.
you seen in recent time too though. I mean, with Bo out there, Bo's out there too. Like you know what I'm saying. Bo is our most all-purpose back out of all four of them, and it's clearly showing for sure.
Yeah, but do they believe that Bo can? Do they believe Bo can get a fourth and one or a fourth and goal, or do they believe that C.J. Donaldson is the more sure thing in those situations?
I mean, they've played Bo in those instances though, so I could say definitely yeah for sure. Because they definitely have Bo out there at all
Yeah,
costs. Like whether you see he punched it in on the goal line last week in the game. You know what I mean on one of his touchdowns.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So they love Bo, and Bo's been very versatile as far as catching, passes out of the backfield. His blocking is getting better as far as pass protection and everything. So I definitely like what I'm seeing from Bo all around, man. And Bo, we're gonna need Bo heavy for this Saturday for sure. We're gonna need him. And check out to my boy, man. He's my boy Big Play Sports, man. Salute to my dog, Big Play Sports. He said you have to create different looks each week or you become predictable. For sure. Yeah, exactly. You definitely, and that's what they've been doing, for us the offense, in the last couple weeks. They they're creating different looks, but they're giving you looks that you may want to look at and pay attention to in the game coming up this Saturday for Michigan in particular. But
hmm
they're not showing everything. Like we haven't shown everything that we're gonna do for this game in particular in the last 2 3 weeks. That's just the truth be told. Like even on defense, Matt Patricia hasn't even showed everything, in my opinion.
Well, I'm hoping that Would be, I just hope we dominate. But that's what I'm expecting. I know it's a big game. What I mean, big game. First quarter. Emotions high and all that. But once we settle down, I expect it to not even look close. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, big play sports, man. You already know, man. Them M letters is crossed out this week, man. It's all crossed out all over campus this week, man. So it's big play today, man. You already know the vibes. Thanks. So we can go ahead and switch gears, man. Of course, good game from Ohio State. Let's go ahead and get into the playoff rankings tonight, man. So the playoff rankings just came out uh just now, just recently, in recent timing. So let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. And of course, Ohio State, we're at number 5. No change for us, the rankings for us. Ohio State. Indiana is at number 2. Texas A&M, they're at 3. Georgia is at 4. Texas Tech is at 5. Oregon is at 6. Ole Miss is at 7. Oklahoma is at 8. Notre Dame is at 9. And the round at the top 10, Alabama is at 10. And just some other notables. BYU, they're
Put
11.
put
Miami,
BYU in there, man.
yeah.
What are we
B,
doing?
well, I mean BYU, they looking strong right now in the Big 12, man. They looking strong over there,
They
man.
are.
They strong.
BYU's B. UC kicker missed 3 kicks though. I mean, within 40 yards. I mean, BYU. If UC make them kicks, it's a different game. I mean, like BYU was good, but they ain't. You know what I'm saying? They getting some breaks out of their control that's helping them win some games, man.
Yeah, for sure. I did see those. I watched that game. I did see those missed kicks, and I agree too. But just looking at watching them, bro. They play hard, bro. They play violent, bro. That is not a soft football team. You hear me? And I mean, not to say they would find footing and go on a run in the playoff, but whoever they face, bro, like it's gonna be a good match, bro. I think they should. I'm over Bama. I'm over the SEC shit, bro. Like they gotta mix it up some more. They gotta mix it up some more, man. This was really a down year from the SEC, and I just don't understand this shit for the life of me, bro. Right now.
Then we say a couple other ones, man. Miami's at 12. Vanderbilt, they're at 14. The Bombs up north, they're at 15. Texas, they're at 16. Tennessee, they're at 19. So I mean it's gonna be a lot of different movement and stuff. The Big 12 definitely been competitive in my opinion. Between BYU and Utah and UC and Texas Tech, you know what I mean? So of course Texas Tech, they the top of the bunch right now in the Big 12, of course. You know what I mean? Because they did beat BYU a couple weeks ago. Now the top 10 now, of course, with the top 10, of course, is we got 3 Big 10 teams in the top 10. If you're looking at the SEC, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 6 teams in the top 10, and Notre Dame being the only independent, they're at 9 right now. So, looking at the landscape far as the Big 10 scenario, let's talk about that in particular. Ohio State this week, they have to win. They win, they're in the Big 10 championship in Indy next week. Of course, Indiana, they have Purdue this week. They win that game, of course, they're in. You know what I'm saying? Which is, Purdue. A lot of people believe Indiana's going to put belt to, Purdue this week for sure. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
for
definitely
sure.
big game for Indiana this week for sure for their sake for them being in the Big 10. Now here's goes the catch. Ohio State, if we were to lose to Michigan this week, hypothetically,
Uh-huh.
if we were to lose, Oregon would get in. Oregon plays Washington this week, so no salute to my brother Thrill Hill, man. He said he's right here. We just speak about it. Talking about the Huskies. The Huskies will take down the Ducks in Seattle. Canes will lose the Pitt. Oh, interesting take right there from Thrill Hill. So yeah,
Okay.
Washington plays Oregon this week, which is a real interesting game. Of course, you know Oregon, they win this game, they'll be like the third place team if Ohio State and Indiana wins in the Big Ten, ahead of Michigan. And if Ohio State was to lose, Oregon would take that spot if they were to beat Washington. Now, if Oregon was to lose and Michigan beat Ohio State, Michigan would take over that Big Ten championship spot in place. So it's really no different scenarios for us, the Big Ten in particular. I think personally with Ohio State, I think they're in great position. Of course, they handle business, then they're in. Then we won't have no worries about it. You know what I'm saying, for us that in particular. But what
Mhm.
y'all think about the Big Ten scenario for us that in that aspect?
That's crazy. Look. You remember when Ryan Day lost to Purdue, bro?
Oh yeah, I remember Purdue games vividly.
I'm looking. I'm looking for Purdue to upset Indy.
I don't see it happening.
Nah.
I'm looking for it. I
I
don't
don't see
think
it.
Indy good, bro. I just don't think they're good. Like,
I think Indy is solid. I think they're a solid football team now. I just me earlier when I was sitting back just thinking about just us playing Indiana. I just don't see Indiana fucking with us. That's just me. I think that we're levels above Indiana. So like, you know what I'm saying? We'll get into that game once we get through this game this Saturday. But I'm just looking at it futuristically wise. I think a game with our Ohio State Buckeyes this year with this Indiana 2025 team, I think it's going to be similar to last year to me. I'm just saying I don't see Indiana like talented enough to beat us. Like I don't see it at
I
all.
I agree, but
what?
I also think Indiana is a better team than Oregon, Oklahoma, Tulane, and Notre Dame. That's what I think. I think they're legit better than those teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, and reading my boy Big Play Sports, he said, I truly don't see Ohio State losing. I see first half being relatively close. As far as the second half, we run well away with it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I agree with
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, I ain't worried about. I ain't worried. I don't even see a scenario where O State lose this weekend. But what would be interesting to me would be seeing Indy lose to Purdue, bro. That would be ultra
It's
interesting.
so hard for you to see that. Yeah, I think I forgot what's the spread in that game right now, too. They got a crazy spread on that game. I know that for sure.
Bro,
But
that is not. Bro, that would be crazy, bro. I don't. Indiana is legit,
it is a rival game. I will say add
They
context to it. It is a rival game, but I just Purdue, nah, I don't see it.
I mean, legit as they think they um, are the team that lost to Purdue was easily light years ahead of Indy now, and that team, I can't really remember, but I don't think that team that beat us was that good, bro. And I'm just saying, like, I don't
Purdue is
know, I don't
Purdue is
know, I
levels
I,
are better above where they were last year.
I just think it's within the realm of possibilities to see Indy go in there sleepwalking and get caught in a dogfight, and we don't know the outcome of that.
They got
That's
it.
all I'm
They
saying.
got Indiana. They got Indiana minus 28.5 over Purdue right now currently.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's gonna be that's gonna be belt to ass, bro.
I don't
Right.
think so, bro. I think that's
It's
gonna
gonna
be a
be,
tight game, like for real. You know what I mean? I just think it's gonna be a tight game. I don't think Indy gonna go in there and just roll over them at all, bro. I think,
but I think it's going to be. We had the bold take, but I'm telling you right now, bro. It's gonna be about 35 to nothing in the start of the second.
35 to nothing, bro.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Um, we
Like
Tough.
gonna
before halftime.
we gonna have to see, man. We
That's
just gonna
tough.
have to see.
That's tough, man. So All right, man. Just
We
moving
do.
forward, man. We could go ahead and get into Ryan Day's press conference today, man. Which everybody was definitely glued eyes to Ryan Day's press conference, of course, today more than any other press conferences that he has on Tuesday, of course, with this week that we have. And let's go ahead and get into it a little bit. I'm gonna read some quotes from Ryan Day, and then we can react to the quotes. Now one of the first quotes. Let's go ahead and get this right here out the way. Ryan Day, they asked him about Cornell and Jeremiah Smith, of course, and Ryan Day he gives the professional answer, of course. He says they're both working really hard to play. Important to note, the Buckeyes have not practiced since Day's call in the Buckeyes roundtable, so they were practiced later on today. So the guys, Cornell and JJ, they were practicing today, from what Ryan Day mentioned. And then they asked him about Chip Kelly, and he said it's nothing to think about right now at the moment. He said too much going on. I do think right now we have a great chemistry. Right now we're going to stick with what we got. So now just kind of with the Chip Kelly. Of course, Chip Kelly he did get canned from the Raiders. This week. I heard a rumor that Chip Kelly possibly would come back during the playoffs. That's what I heard from a source of mine
In
today
what
this morning.
capacity?
It'll be at an analyst capacity because they can bring him in as an analyst. So that's what I heard from a source of mine this morning, saying that Chip will most likely, if they bring him back, they will bring him back for the playoffs
Mm.
at an office analyst capacity, to where he wouldn't step on Hartline toes, but he would help him out. You know what I mean, and be another eye for him.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that aspect?
If I mean if it's if it's legal, it don't seem fair.
It's legal. It's definitely legal. It's definitely legal for
It
sure.
don't. I know. I mean, I'm just saying it don't. It just don't seem fair. Like, yeah, y'all can go add Chip Kelly if y'all want through the playoffs. But that would
Shit, Chip
be. I
Kelly
mean,
ain't
that would
hurting for
be
no damn
dope. I
money. He
think.
about to make 12 million in the next 2 years off the Raiders, and ain't even
Yo,
coaching for.
yo, I like. I'm gonna be man. Brian Hartline is having a better first year calling the offense than I thought he would. If I'm being honest,
Mm.
either that, either that, or the guys are just executing like just flawlessly, or just they just that much better than the guys they playing. But I think Heartline is having a really good season, bro, and I don't really I just don't think Chip Kelly is needed at this point. You know what I mean? But I mean, if they are good and comfortable, I mean, shit, what can it hurt? You know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
read another comment right here from Ryan Day. Go ahead, you had to say something. Say, go ahead, TB.
I mean, I kind of agree. It don't seem fair. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that it's even legal, honestly. You know, if he can't come in without stepping on toes, I don't see how he don't step on his toes though, for real, for real. You know what I mean? I don't, I don't know. But as far as Brian Hartline, I do think he's doing a good job for his first year. Like, we can't expect him to be, you know, fucking Andy Reid his first year OC. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So, I do think for his first year, I do think he's doing a good job. And whatever the growing pains that he may have, they're not noticeable like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he's not making like
Word, word,
play. He's not making plays like, damn, why are we calling that play out? Like, why we weren't like? There's none of those type moments. You know what I'm saying?
word.
So, you know, but I mean, Chip Kelly did do a real good job though. Like, I mean, our offense was real good last year, especially in the playoffs. So, I mean, if you had an opportunity right now, if he said he wanted to come back and be the OC with it, would y'all be okay with him taking it back? If he signed like a 5-year deal or something like that, you know what I mean?
nah, I don't,
No,
nah,
not
hell
right
nah,
now.
not
Not
losing Hardline to that extent, because I look at it. This is what I'm hearing too, even to add context. As far as just dead in the Hardline head coaching rumors, from what I'm hearing from a source of mine that I talked to, the Harline's not going anywhere. Like he's not going nowhere in any capacity. That Penn State shit was just we deaded that rumor, a couple weeks ago. Like Penn
Yeah,
State not
he
having
got to
him.
be here a couple more years as
and
OC. That's gonna boost his
and
stock.
like Brian Hartline has the aspirations of taking over Ohio State if Ryan Day was to leave at any capacity. You know what I'm saying? Whether he goes to the NFL, which is I ain't gonna lie. I heard through the grapevine that Ryan Day he wants to be successful here at Ohio State, win a couple more titles and stuff, and it may be a thing where Ryan may takes on the NFL possibly. So you never really know. You know what I mean? So, but I'm just saying that
No.
particularly as far as Hardline's not going anywhere. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he won't be
So
the coach forever though. You know what I'm saying? But that's
I
what you
think
want.
absolutely.
After leaving this job, I think he should be our AD. I think that's what's next for Ryan Day, man. Go in to at least one more title here,
Okay, bro.
bro. He would be the president as the AD. If he was the AD at Ohio State, dude would be like the
All
governor,
right.
bro.
Yeah, they love we love our new AD Ross Borchick
You
right
know
now.
why? You know why? You know why that wouldn't work though? Because how much pressure will be on that coach? You got Ryan Day looming over you and all his successes. Now he the AD. You know what I'm saying? It'll
Yeah,
take the right type of coach to handle that pressure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, I
But
feel
we
that.
can go ahead and move on right here. So another quote from Ryan Day, they asked him about the emotions with the game. He said, "You have to play with emotion, but you can't let it play with you. You have to learn to use it as nutrients, not as a primary fuel source." They said the focus is to make sure each player grades out a champion in the game. And then they went on to ask him about Bryce Underwood. He said Bryce Underwood is a very dangerous player, and they have a lot of talent all over the field. And then right here with this is my favorite quote out of this press conference from Ryan Day. They asked him whether it's fun to be Ohio State's head coach during this week for us, the game. And he said, "Fun is kicking ass.
Ah,
That is what we want to do on Saturday. We're preparing to do that, and that's it. The fun part is winning. We'll save the fun for being in the locker room and celebrating after the game." What y'all think about that quote right there from Brian Day right there? He said, "Fun is kicking ass, and that's what we want to do Saturday."
That mean we ain't coming to play, man. We ain't coming to play no games, man.
yeah.
We ain't coming to play no games, man. I wouldn't be shocked to see Ryan Day and them hang 60 on them boys this weekend, man. Get back to your roots, Day, man. Daytime
Mm-hmm.
dynasty, man.
Yup. Yup. Hey, yo, over under on sportsmanlike conduct or personal foul penalty is three. Three. You taking the over under?
I'm taking under. I don't think this team the way like I just think right now with the way their mindset is going into this game, they're so laser focused to where like I think like they mentioned for as the emotions of the game. I don't think they're going to have emotion in the game, but it's not going to be emotion to where this team is very mature. I feel to where it gets out of hand and people's getting ejected from the game and stuff like that, and they're letting their emotions outplay what the worth of the game is. Actually, so that's
Mhm.
my personal opinion. I think these guys is just on a different level of maturity going into this game than what we've seen from in the past and stuff. Which is we ain't seen nothing too crazy egregious. But I mean, of course, these guys they want this game more than anything, man. I want to say that they want this game more than anything. I mean, we can talk about it for us in the aspect of us on the show throughout this whole year. We've in the off season, we everything that's happening with Ohio State right now, we predicted in the off season pretty much far as this being a solid ass defense. Julian Sand coming into his own. You know, no, of course, Cornell Tate, JJ, being the best two wide receivers in the country and everything. Running game being official, the depth that we have on our O line. A lot of the things that we talked about Ohio State with this 2025 team in the offseason has came true a lot throughout this whole entire year. And one thing for sure, one thing for certain, I posted that quote from JJ that he had early in the season during the Big Ten, the Big Ten press week, during the off season where they asked JJ about Michigan, and JJ said, I hate those guys. And he said, my 2 years playing here at Ohio State, I don't want to lose to them. We're not losing to them. You know what I mean? And like I said with JJ, like he's a man of few words, but when he speaks, the team they listen when JJ speaks for sure. So, and we don't usually make guarantees in the games and stuff like that, but that guarantee I felt at the early of the season, it just sets the tone to where you look at the team, they've always had this game on their minds from the off season, which is it's supposed to be in your mind and stuff, of course. And everything they've done up until now was leading up till now, and they're going to be full ready, locked and loaded for Saturday, man. And I'm just loving the energy that they bringing in. They're bringing in the energy where they're very comfortable, where they're not pressured or enamored by the pressure of the game, knowing that we lost the last 4 years against these guys. Like I don't feel that they're pressured by that. No, I feel like they've always throughout each game this year, they're going by game process, building brick by brick each week. And that's where I feel like we're at going into this game where, it's just, laser focused to really win this ball game from this team right now.
I love that. I love that energy from JJ, man. That make me feel much better than hearing our boy old Honda McCord say this was just another game, man. You hear me?
Man, talk about it.
Yeah, man.
Talk
I,
about it.
I was. Know what I mean, like when I heard him say that, I was like, all right, like let's see, cause like I kind of be with that too. Like don't let the moment get too big for you type attitude, but at the same time, this Michigan man, we and like you know what I mean. Like this is like the biggest rivalry in sports, as you know what I mean. As a guy participating in this game, like you should treat it as such. I mean, if you want to win or want to you know what I mean, want this to be cemented as part of your legacy, you feel me? Like don't treat this like it's just another game, bro. This is this is the Super Bowl, Nick. Fuck you mean, Nick? This is not another game. You hear me?
Facts.
Definitely
See?
not another game.
Yep. And
Uh,
then I'm gonna read this other quote right here from Ryan Day. They asked him about Julian Sand this week. That he said, with Julian saying we want him to continue to do what he's done and lead the team to a victory. That's it at the end of the day. What does that look like? It depends on how the game plays out. But he's got to do his job, make great decisions, and ultimately be the guy that leads his team to victory. That's the number one goal. The rest of it is gravy. Then he added, he's shown composure this year, but again, now he got to be at his best for this game this week. So what y'all think about his message for us, Julian saying right there?
uh, just for him not to be complacent, not to get too comfortable. You know, and his ascension and you know, just trying to keep you know, his feet to the pedal and shit. I think you know what I mean. Yeah, push your young guy. Like yeah, you had an amazing season so far, but you know what I mean. We just now hitting the you know hitting the halfway point. Really like and we all know where we was at. You know, a year ago this time. So yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. That's what you up against right now, bro. And you just gotta my message to Julian saying, bro, is keep working, bro. Do like you know what I mean? Don't be satisfied. Keep that hunger and you know, keep your composure and find your way through, man. Love play for your
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, man. And here's another little quote right here too. Um Ryan Day, they asked him about the game. He says, we've been waiting on this a long time to get back to this week. And then Something interesting. Brandon Ennis, he had an interview. I think this past week after the
Bi.
Rutgers game, where Brandon Ennis he spoke about Ryan's Day look. He said Ryan Day has had a different look in his eye since Ohio State lost to Michigan last year. He said, and then they asked Ryan Day
Yup.
about that, and
Yup.
Ryan Day he says
Yup.
we're all a sum of our experiences. You learn from things and you grow from things, and you try to do everything you can again to push your guys in a situation to be successful. That's it. We're going to rely on our experiences going into this week. We all grow, we do things well, we have our failures, but you got to grow from them. That's it. This team right here is a different team. They have a great look in their eye. That's the most important thing here. That's the focus. So, TB, what you think about that right there, as far as what Brandon Ennis, speaking about Ryan's Day look in his eyes since the Michigan game,
Yo,
right
yo,
there.
TB said that. He said that like when as the playoffs started. He said, I remember this shit. He said Ryan Day had a different look in his eye. He said that shit, bro.
I think I think he just heard all the people like me calling for his job after the loss, and you know, and
You don't remember saying that yourself though?
I mean, I said it because I said it after the Texas game because I was heavily invested in that Texas game. You know what I mean? If everybody remember, but listen, I ain't got nothing bad to say about Ryan Day. I like everything he's been saying. You know what I'm saying? I liked his leadership last year. You know what I mean? I, ever since he relinquished the play calling duties, I think he's just been top tier. You know what I mean? So I think that he has the pulse of the team, and what he says the team
For
buys
sure.
into, and it show on the field every week.
For,
So
I think, bro. I think they hit Ryan Day kill switch at the end of that game, bro. Whatever he went back there and thought about to himself, and brought to them kids that Monday after that game, bro. That's how I just been seeing it. That's why I just been like daytime dynasty. You hear me? Like
hmm
for real, bro. I see it. Like I see it. I hear it in him. I see it in they play on the field. Like when we watching the little hype videos and you hear him talking to him, he tell him like, yo, we gonna play fast, we gonna play violent. And that's how they playing, bro. Like I ain't seen them half stepping. They might come out flat or something, but even if the offense flat, man, that defense got belt the ass all game for us. So
yeah. But I will say this though, if we're going a silver lining with JJ and Carnell being out, I do like the fact that our third best receiver and Max stepped up. You know what I'm saying? And carried the team receiving. I think that's what I'm saying. He was always been capable of doing, but been outshined with JJ and Carnell respectively. But I do like to see that. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I
so
I think Max Clear, man, he gonna have a good a real nice playoff run, man. Mark my words,
I
bro.
think so. I think so. Because
Yeah.
he gonna he gonna with JJ and Carnell dominating. It's easy for teams to get focused. I mean, JJ getting double teamed and triple. You can't double team. It's almost like how what I'm saying, the Bengals, like you can't double team T and double team Jamar. Like you can't double. It's like we're gonna cook you with Carnell if you double team JJ all game. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be embarrassing because he's that talented to do that. You know what I mean? So now, like with the coverages, I'm real interested to see how defenses, what I'm saying, try to attack us when we full strength and we letting all the horses out. And we ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? We going for it all.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think I don't think no defense is gonna do that little triple bracket shit Texas was doing to him. I think, and I know how it was, on Will Howard, but I think they got away with that because it was Will Howard. I don't think they get away doing shit like that with Julian Sand, bro, at all. You hear me?
Yeah.
Hmm, that's an interesting take right there.
I
Yeah,
mean,
man, I'm with you on
yeah.
that.
I mean, because I mean, let's just make it clear. Like Julian Sand is way better than Will Howard. So
Oh damn, Will Howard and took a shot. All
Catching
right, man.
strays out here.
Let's move forward. All right, man. Let's talk about the injury bug, man, with the Buckeyes right here, which is, I mean, of course, you get into the second half of the year, especially when it gets into championship part of the year, which is that's what we consider that we're in right now and currently. I would say in particular, of course, Jeremiah Smith, Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs and his brother, Josh Downs. They both have a podcast called Downs the Business, which is an amazing podcast for them two guys. If y'all haven't watched them, make sure y'all tap in and subscribe to Downs the Business. Definitely amazing work that those two guys are doing. And on their latest episode, they got Jeremiah Smith, which is this episode will be airing tomorrow. So I can't wait to see this episode, and we'll definitely be reacting to it this Friday when we're live Friday. Um, Now one clip I wanted the promo clip that they put out that went viral last night was which was very smart on their behalf. I love how they did it. Um, they got right to Caleb Downs got right to the business. Asked JJ like, man, what's up? What we doing? We playing Saturday or what? And and JJ he like, yeah, I had had a little little bug and little injury, but yeah, I should be ready to go Saturday. So JJ already went ahead and killed the whole narrative about him playing this Saturday and said that he would be playing. Now I know Ryan Day. Yes, he was at the press conference talking about JJ and Cornell, both of those guys are day to day. But of course, yeah, if y'all follow me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter, I already told you guys both of those guys are playing. Both of those guys was held out in particular for this game. Cardinal Tate, if we played Michigan this past Saturday, both guys would have played. From what I heard, they both would have played. And now we're here for the bums up north week this week. Both guys are going to be playing. Expect those guys to be out there. And no, it's really nothing left to be said for us that in particular. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see our two best wide receivers, the two best wide receivers in the country, play in this game Saturday. So and other news for us injury with Ohio State, of course, Josh Padilla, he was a little banged up recent time, and he'll be ready to go this Saturday, from what I heard. Lorenzo Styles Jr., of course, with him last week, he had the shoulder injury in the game. I heard that they popped it back in place and stuff, and they said he'll be ready to go this Saturday as well. So um, I mean, this part of the year, like I mentioned, a lot of guys are banged up and everything, but they're gonna fight through it, and you gotta keep pushing, you know what I'm saying, especially this week in particular, man. So what y'all think about some of the injury news with Ohio State this week, y'all?
I think Ryan Day been managing or not just Day, but the staffers. I think they managing those guys good, man. And I ain't really worried at all. If it was like that, we would know. You know what I mean? If it was some real serious shit, like they wouldn't be playing so close to the vest like they are. It would be groundbreaking news that what I'm saying. Like, but I just think you know, just trying to keep guys healthy and fresh. Largely, maybe got some little nagging injuries, but I just think it's little bugs, man. You know what I mean? Nothing the ice bath can't fix. You dig?
yeah, I agree. I think if it was like season ending stuff, I think we would know. You know what I mean? So I think it's like maybe this little ankle sprain. I don't know. I'm just naming injuries that I know probably take about 3 weeks. Ankle sprains or what I'm saying, something to that level of injuries. You know what I mean? Knee
Hmm.
sprain or whatever. Maybe something soft tissue. But I don't. But
If it was something egregious, I agree. You know, what I'm saying, with telling the, I think we would know something. So I'm not really worried. You know, they're playing. I don't think that they would risk serious injury or future season-ending injury by playing. So that makes me give more confidence, like more relief. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely, man. And me personally, I just think with those guys that that you look at it as we're banged up. Michigan is banged up as well. They have they're like I heard with Michigan with their injuries. They got some key guys that got some banged up injuries for us. Their fullback. Their fullback is one of the best fullbacks in the country, and he's banged up. They said he had crutches. He was on crutches this past weekend. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. I heard some. That's serious. They worried about that. I just was saying that today.
hmm
And I s- I've seen like over the course of games, him moving around. I mean, I don't know how impactful I thought he was until I heard Joel Klatt said that he's a guy they use out in space, getting blocks for him and kind of help creating space for him and shit like that. But yeah, I heard they pretty worried about that. So I mean, I would keep an eye on that. I'm hoping he don't play because fuck him.
yep, I heard one of their key. I heard one of their key linebackers is banged up too. Ernest Hausman. He's their leading tackler. I heard he's banged up a little bit. I heard that of course, I heard that Jordan Marshall, the running back from Moeller, he's banged up a little bit, but I heard he will be playing Saturday. From what I heard, of course, they got Justice Haynes, their other starting running back. He's out for the rest of the year, from what I'm heard. And it's just very interesting to see, man, going into this game for us, just the injury aspect for both teams and stuff for sure. It's
Hey,
definitely something to pay attention closely.
this is neither here nor there, real quick, but I think it's interesting that Michigan was able to go into Moeller and steal Mr. Ohio, bro. When Sam Hubbard, when you know what I mean? Like we got a
Hmm.
relationship with Moeller. Like, how did that happen? I'm confused by that, but continue.
Yeah, man. So I mean, it just just like I said earlier, this with this part of the year, a lot of these guys are banged up, a lot of them, nursing injuries, and it goes into this segue into this next little topic that we got, and it's about the guy Dave Portnoy, man. Dave Portnoy, Barstool's guy, big Michigan advocate, man. This guy, it's been a lot of conversation. This guy, what kills me about him is he goes on here and he has these crazy narratives and these crazy takes, and a lot of the bums up north fans, they're taking his talking points and they're using them in like debates and shit. Like the talking point of Ohio State don't care about the rivalry game. After losing to us last year and them winning the Natty, they care about winning the Natty more than beating Michigan. That fucking narrative is stupid. It's really a stupid ass narrative. Like the
bruh,
whole entire
bruh,
state of
bruh. But y'all
Ohio,
was making
the
they people.
fan
Some
base
people
care
listen.
about this game, let alone the players.
Y'all was making that argument last year, bro. When me and Crutch was
No,
going
no,
hard on
not.
Ryan
But
Day.
that's not the case though, bro. Of course, you want. Of course, that argument right there for us, everybody. We want to win the we play the game to win a national championship at the end of the fucking day. So, but it's a game by game process, and these players, they know how important this game is. The state of Ohio, our fan base, the Buckeye Nation, we all know how important this game is. For them to just eliminate and just be like, oh, we don't care about the rivalry game at all. That's bullshit. We care about the game. You know what I'm saying? That we care about it awfully a lot. It's just last year in that particular, you lose that game. All right, we gotta fucking get over this shit, and we have to go out and win this fucking playoffs. That's just the simple fact of the matter. We're grown fucking men here. We had to go out here and get it. We lost this game. Okay, got to put it in the past. Let's go win a natty now. That's just how the business
Facts.
is.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's just how the business is. You know what I mean? But for
Facts.
him to put this narrative out that Ohio State don't care about the rivalry is bullshit. It's pure
Now,
bullshit.
what I will say though is I do think we had gotten comfortable, especially after that COVID year they ducked us. I think it was
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, these niggas ducking smoke. They don't even want to see us no more. And generally had that attitude going into it. And I felt like, oh, this and then when I seen the snow, I'm like, oh, we kind of out of element. Like, oh, like that ain't gonna benefit our fast guys on the outside being in snow and shit. And just it just was like, even me, I got kind of drained on seeing us kick ass. I ain't gonna lie. Like we like I think it was good overall. I think it was good for the conference that Michigan decided to, find Connor Stallions and figure out a way to
Good.
to
Hell no, it's not good. Fuck no.
to get to get busy. No, I think it's good for the conference that Michigan found a way to make this game interesting and fun
Not in the
again.
way now let me go in that one. Not in the way they did it because we all know them boys cheated for 3 fucking years. So we're
I
gonna have
mean,
to
I
add
mean
that
that
into
that
context.
amuses me though. Like, bro, y'all had to cheat for 3 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, it's a bad look and everything. Like the way they did it, for sure, it's a bad look for sure. But I just think, what I mean, it put eyeballs back on the game where it might have lost some
Yeah,
because it was like,
I understand what you're saying for us. Like I would say for us the aspect of the game in particular, it it them making because we were just kicking their ass for several years, man. Throughout this whole entire no no century, as
yo,
far as the
check
two
the
thousands,
comments, bro. Not to
we've
cut you, bro. Check the comments.
we've been cooking Michigan. So these last 4 years, of course, they done had the upper hand on us. You know what I'm saying? So which is I was looking at people around the college football landscape, and a lot of them were saying that this rivalry between Ohio State and Michigan it's very streaky. It's been streaky for no shit. Even the past when it was Earl Bruce back then, and John when John Cooper and and all of those guys. You know what I mean? Like Woody. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's been a very streaky situation for us. The game itself between both teams, and
Right.
I would say right now, man. Dave Portnoy, just back to him, just back
Yeah,
full circle to him. This man Portnoy, he literally out there makes this whole situation crazy because he'd be like, "Oh, Portnoy doesn't know the game. He don't never have talking points for us the game. Like he'll sit there and be like, "Oh well, Ohio State they're scared of Ohio State. They're scared of Michigan and like he needs to be having these crazy takes." But then he's the same guy when Michigan was losing this rivalry game, he was one of the guys that was on record saying to fire Jim Harbaugh. He like, oh well, Ohio State, they're emotional. They be wanting the fire Ryan Day after they lose to us and stuff like that. But you was the same guy that was on your Twitter saying to
Right.
fire Jim Harbaugh when y'all were getting your ass kicked.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Dave Portnoy, he's really a guy that he fucks up the rivalry game for as some of the aspect of his talking points and his narratives that he try to push, and then it leads into these dumbass
Dumbass
Michigan
fans.
fans having these dumbass takes as well, like the dumbass take for us how we played the game last year. Let's
it
get into
remind
that
yo
conversation real quick.
yo Michigan fans remind me of MAGA fans, bro. And yo, And we gotta. I'm saying, check the comments though, bro. We got a Michigan. We got a Michigan
Let me
fan
read my
in the
boy
comments.
Justin James. Salute to my brother Justin James. Let me rush my boy here too. He said, Ohio about to stomp a mud hole in Michigan. 614 Ohio, stand up. Salute CamJNetwork. Oh yeah, it's still the biggest game to me. We beat Michigan. That's what brings me joy every year, right there.
Facts.
Yeah. So I mean, now this was on me like what I was saying with Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy, he talks about this shit where, oh yeah, well, Ohio State, they they don't want to, they're scared. Like he puts out these crazy narratives, and everybody start using the talking points like the style of play of Ohio State. Let's get back to that. That's what I almost forgot about my talking point on that. The style of play, and I was going back and forth in the comments on Facebook with this guy about it. Last year, Ohio State did not play our game. We did not play our game. We all know, everybody in the damn near college football space know, when it came to that game last year, Ohio State did not play their game. Fucking Ryan Day was being stubborn,
and our
very
kicker missed
stubborn,
two.
to
And our
where
kicker
he
missed two
wanted to
field
run the
goals.
ball in the teeth of the defense. I had Michigan fans, because they having this conversation saying that Jeremiah Smith got shut down. Jeremiah Smith didn't get shut down to me last year, in my opinion. He didn't get enough targets. He didn't get the ball enough because we didn't decide to air the ball out. We decided to run the ball up the teeth of the defense because Ryan Day was trying to prove a damn point, which is Ryan Day don't have that same mindset going into this game.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Like the gameplay, like from what I'm hearing for us, the game plan for us, what these guys are on against these bums up north guys, they're going to they want to play fast and start off fast. They want to get on their ass and get out on them early. They want to play similar to how they played in the playoffs with Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, and Notre Dame against the bums up north this Saturday. So you're going to see Brian Hartline, knowing him, definitely big wide receiver guy, of course. He gonna be ready to air that bitch out. You're gonna see a similar game plan to kind of like similar to how we played with Wisconsin earlier this year.
Or
Getting
nine
out on
nothing
them with airing
score.
that shit out.
Yeah, but
Word.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see 9-0 at the end of the first quarter. That, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that.
Now let
Uh,
me say this though, in particular. Like I got two ways I think how this game is gonna
I
go
got
this week.
two
I got
phones.
two ways. The two ways I think this game is going to go is either I think the game is going to be tight in the first half, and then we get out on their ass in the second half, or we get out on their ass early in the first half where we're up 2-3 scores, and we cook their ass from there from the first half to the second half. It's going to be either way. I can see this game being tight early in the first half, and then we get out on them guys. Because
but
I look at it in reality with this defense, and I said this in the chat earlier. Matt Patricia he's about to cook the fuck out of Bryce Underwood in this game Saturday. Matt Patricia ain't showed everything he wants to show. A lot of the tricks and everything is going to be up his sleeve and being brought out this Saturday for Matt Patricia. And I'm so confident in this defense. And let me go ahead and be on record. Bold take right now, out the gate. Michigan won't score over 10 points in this game. I guarantee you. That's my
mm,
bold take right there. I don't see them scoring more than 13 at the max, but I don't see them scoring over 10 in reality on this defense.
man, listen, I want the game to be so embarrassing by halftime that they trying to fight us going back to the locker room. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? that's that's what I want. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want some of that type of energy.
Yeah, bro.
Cause like,
I'm right with. I feel like this is a game. Say we was up crazy on them, like no 4 scores. Don't be surprised Ryan Day runs that shit the fuck up and keep it going.
yeah, like
Like
like like like coach told him on Remember the Titans, run it up, Herman, leave no doubt. That's one of my
that
favorite parts
that's
of that
the
movie.
And what that's one of the main things, Ryan, they've been
Yo,
saying throughout the whole entire time since the playoffs, leaving no doubt. And,
Hmm.
and,
remember?
and that's key going into this game Saturday. And that's why I'm just saying with the style of play when these Michigan fans, they like, oh, Jeremiah Smith got shut down. I'm like, Jeremiah Smith didn't get enough targets last year. He probably got, he had 5 catches, 43 yards in the tutty last year in that game. He probably only had 7 total targets in that game.
Hmm.
No, Jeremiah 10 plus this week. 10 plus. He gonna eat this week. Brian Hartline, dial it up. Let Julian cook. Offensive line, I feel like our pass protection offensive line wise has been very well throughout this whole entire year. Yes, Michigan do have a great defense. As far as their front seven, their D line, isn't as great as they were last year, but they do have that edge rusher Moore. He's definitely a key factor. Their linebacker core is pretty strong, but the weakness of Michigan defense is their secondary. You look at the games they lost in USC and Oklahoma in those 2 games, giving up close to 300 passing yards from USC and Oklahoma. Where I watched both of those games. I watched John Mateer cook them boys earlier this year in that loss. Like John
Right.
Mateer was cooking them boys. I seen that
Hmm.
quarterback Mueva from USC cooking them boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, USC beat them 31-13 in that game. Oklahoma beat them 24-13 in that game. Notice the trend. They only scored 13 in the 2 games they lost.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so there should be if our offense is like we said earlier, if our offense change showed everything, right? Like we said, like if we're holding stuff back, and our defense don't even got to do nothing but just do what they've been doing all year. But if our offense been holding back, bro, we should. There's no reason it should be tight in the first half, bro. There's no reason for us to have those expectations. If we're under the belief that we ain't showed everything yet, so we about to unleash some shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? If we're gonna play like we played with Texas, Notre Dame, and all them, it shouldn't be close first half. That's just my opinion. Can I get a game
Ye-
diamond? Yeah.
yeah. I'm right with you. Go ahead,
Yeah, I'm
Tony.
with it. I'm with it. I saw I saw who was that? I think you posted this Cam in the group, but and then I saw somebody else saying this.
Appreciate it.
Man, I think Patricia is gonna dial it up against Bryce, and they gonna have 7 at him a lot of the game, bro. And you gotta beat us. Show us you can beat us
Facts.
throwing the ball to your guys, and it's
Facts.
going. I
Yeah,
just
that's
think it's
fine.
gonna
You
get
cool.
slow for him,
You
bro.
know what?
They gonna break that young boy up back there, man, and he gonna be under the rest. I say going into the half, I could see 21-3.
Yes, that's what I want to see.
I
Something
can
like that.
see that. I mean, I can see more if I'm being honest. Like it just all depends on the conditions. Like if we get a clear day, if we get a clear day up there, bro, it's gonna be a long game for those guys. You hear me?
Yeah.
It is gonna be a really long day. If they get a clear field, bro, I'm telling you, bro. I just know it. I know Caleb Downs over there, Saudi on the defensive side, and I find it real interesting. Like we ain't really heard him. Like he ain't been like real vocal about how he felt about that lad. At least not to this point. And I just think, man, you watch for those silent assassins, man. I think he
Yeah,
gonna
I
have.
can say this with Caleb. That's why I can't wait for that episode to drop tomorrow. I did see they dropped another clip from the episode from the Caleb Downs and Jeremiah pod, where Caleb he said like this isn't a game like you don't have to get real amped up for this game. He said that, I mean they had like he basically was saying in an approach that no, this we're taking the same approach that we take every week. Like we're it's a game by game process, brick by brick. So we're not going to this game getting extra juice up just because we're playing Michigan. Like no, we're gonna play our game. We're gonna go out and do our thing and play our game. You know what I'm saying? that's the attitude that I love because like, yes, you do see guys that get in these games. That's a big game, especially a rival game. And we all can contest to this when we play ball. You know what I'm saying? When you're playing against a rival team where TB, y'all playing against you at Lakota West, y'all rival Lakota East. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's always big for y'all to win that game against Lakota East, but you can't let the emotions ride into that game so much to where you get out of pocket and the emotions end up weeding you out to a loss in the game. You know what I mean? You
Facts.
know, so it's the same right there for us, Ohio State going into this game where like I felt like at times in some of these losses, I felt like the team they were have emotions into the game at certain spurts to where it affect the play. You know what I'm saying? Like to where like it affects the mindset. Like right now, the whole psyche right now is mental with Ohio State. We know it's not the talent. It's not about the talent because if you go look back at all four games that we lost on, a lot of people that picked us to win those games because we felt like a lot of people felt we were the more talented team. So it's not about the
Right.
talent. It's about the mindset. It's about the mental going into this game and being on point and everybody doing their job, checking their assignments and doing their jobs. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about right now, man. So like I
Hmm.
don't think Ohio State has the mindset in this game to where they think this game is bigger than itself than ever. They know the importance of this game. They just know that they have to do their assignments, do their job, and go out there and play their ass off in this game and kick ass. Be laser focused and kick ass this week.
Facts. Facts. I think they're
Yeah.
gonna do that. I think they're gonna do that. I just, if even if JJ and Cardinals 85%, it's gonna be built to ass.
Now I would say this too. Let me say this. Now I will say this about the squad. I think with this team, like I said this earlier this year with Bryce Underwood, I want him to beat us. If I'm Matt Patricia, I'm putting 8 in the box. Y'all want to run the ball?
Absolutely.
Y'all want to run the ball? We gonna shut that shit down all night. Now
Absolutely.
we want Bryce Underwood to beat us. Let Marsh and McCauley, y'all two wide receivers, y'all been bigging up crazy. We want to see if y'all beat us through the air, which we don't believe in y'all to beat us through the air. And
Now
that's what
listen,
happened with Oklahoma, and that's what happened with USC, where they got behind in those games and they were fucked. And that's how I see it happening. I see Bryce Underwood going to have so much trouble in this game with Matt Patricia and his defense. Like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if they might not even fucking. If they didn't score, I wouldn't be surprised. Real shit.
honestly, um I think that I don't I think that if Bryce Underwood hurts us, it's going to be through scrambling, making plays with his legs, trying to avoid the pressure. You know what I mean?
Do you
But
see him running on that like Arv? Bro, we're gonna have
no,
Arville and Sonny
not
gonna have that
design.
spy on his ass all day. Bryce ain't running shit on this
No,
defense. I
no,
guarantee
no,
that.
not design runs.
Bryce,
Hell no.
Bryce, yo, yo, they might do Bryce bad, bro.
He ain't no damn Denard Robinson. He
He
ain't
better
like
stay
that.
in that. Listen,
No,
he
no,
better not
he's
leave
not.
that box, bro. I think Arville, Sonny got something for him. He leave that box, bro. He better
I
stay
think
in
so
that
too.
pocket and
Man, they gonna
chill.
be trying to take that boy head off, man. He
Listen,
can come out
he
of
better
there.
throw that ball away. You hear me?
For
That's what I
real.
like. I ain't lying, bro. The past 3 years, I ain't been feeling like confident and shit going in like the week building up into the game. Like my girl tell you, this like right now, I ain't never been like as confident in this program as I am right now, bro. Where I can like stand on them going to the Natty this year and be in Michigan. And
Mhm.
I really like, bro. we bringing in some guys, bro. Like it's about to get crazy. They got to figure something out, with the NIL thing and being allowed to actually give guys money. Because I mean, Ohio State has always been like a blue chip program, like a prestigious program without paying guys, bro. You mean to tell me we can pay guys, bro? Like they're gonna
Mm.
come here, bro. They're gonna come here, bro. Like it's bro, this shit is about to get ugly this weekend. I'm just ready for the weekend.
And
We don't got no
I,
Michigan haters or
I
nothing we
want
can talk about right now.
let me piggyback off of what you said for us, like the confidence for us, the fan base going into this game. And I can even include myself in it. Like I'm along with you, Tone. I was confident. I could say for us the previous years, I've been confident in us winning this game, but I don't think I've had more confidence than I've had this year as well. I feel like I'm a lot more confident into this game this year than I was in previous years. I can say that. You know what I mean, for
Yeah.
sure. Last year I was very confident because I'm looking at the Michigan team that they had, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should beat these guys. You know what I mean, we should definitely wipe the floor with
Facts.
these guys. But I did mention in the chat earlier that I feel like this Michigan team this year is better than that team last year. That's just my personal opinion. But I think we upped our level so much to where like I feel like the talent outweighs, which is if you listen to Sharon Moore and his press conference that he had yesterday,
He said all
he
those guys are
he
elite.
yeah, he knows that Ohio State is more talented than Michigan. He's not going to admit this shit, but he knows it though. He knows it, but
Mhm.
they think they got so much of a mental edge on Ohio State. They don't give a fuck for us that, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? They're looking at the physical aspect of like, we've been bullying Ohio State these last 4 years, and we've been winning the line of scrimmage. So we're going to go out and play our game. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
and like Michigan's going to have to make it an ugly game, like a boxer, for instance. Like, let me go ahead and give an example. Last week, Abdullah Mason, Cleveland's finest from Ohio, fought for a his first world title against Sam Noakes, this guy from the UK last week, where he fought a style in the game in the fight where it was a rugged fight to where no Abdullah could have made the fight easier if he fought on the outside. He fought a lot on the inside with him and everything. And no, he would have made the fight easier if he fought on the mid range and the outside. But Sam Noakes was the guy coming into the fight, making it ugly, won the fight on the inside and everything. That's what Michigan wants to do. They want to play ugly. They want to run the ball and control the clock and everything like they did last year in that game last year, which is, we talk about the last year game, you know, we could have easily won. It's so many factors that goes into it. Our special teams is going to have to be on point. Jay Fielding, we need you, dog. You can't miss 2 field goals in this game this year like you did last year. Can't afford it. Can't afford it. Can't have mental glimpses,
Can't have that.
mental lapses in the special teams. Can't have mental lapses on offense or defense. Everybody has to put this shit together full board 100%, man. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, can't have that. But he did make a 51 yarder the other couple weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah, he can't afford to miss 2 in this game. He missed 2 last year. You missed 2 where we win the game 16-13. That's just the fact of the fucking matter.
Facts.
That's true.
Jay
Facts.
Fielding can't afford that. We the special teams is going to be key. Field position is going to be key. Of course, the weather. I'm hearing that it's going to be like 33 degrees, a little cloudy up there. Maybe a little bit of flurries in there in play. I'm satisfied. I'm cool with the flurries. Well, the rain that'll be a little different. But we're going to have the opportunity to to toss that rock around with JS10 back there.
Yeah, I don't mind it being a little dirty. I want them to be have miserable weather and feel miserable when they get their ass kicks.
And look at that, Michigan. Their defense is giving up 20 points a game average right now. Their defense is no great. They create turnovers. Their front seven is great. They're great tackling. They're great in tackling. But like I said earlier, their caveat, the biggest issue with them is their secondary. Their secondary it can get exposed. They can get exposed. You can pass on this team. You know what I mean? And that's what we do best.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I
gonna be
mean,
ugly.
Yep, bro. I'm looking at their stats. They're in the middle of the pack in passing defense, dog. Like they're giving up. No, they're giving up like 224 on the average on the passing game.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I
that's
mean?
oh yeah, that's recipe for disaster.
oh, of course.
That's recipe for
And
disaster.
I mean, you look at Michigan's schedule. They ain't played a crazy schedule for real, for real. You know what I mean? Being real. I mean, yeah, they had the
No.
Oklahoma game, but look what happened in that Oklahoma game. They lost.
Yep. Barely beat USC.
Shit, USC put belt to them 31-13.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, they put belt. USC put belt to them boys, and USC just got belt put to them by Oregon. And I think Oregon is a way more talented team than Michigan right now. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
let's
agree.
also not forget Indiana put belt to ass to Oregon. It was 30-20, but it was 30-17 late in the fourth.
Did they? So like, I didn't see that game, but did Indy control that game, or like, could you see Oregon like
Nah,
with
bro, it was
momentum?
30 to
With
7. It was 30-17, bro, with like 3 minutes left to go in the game.
oh, okay, but like,
Yeah,
did
Indy
so?
had
But like,
control majority of that game for
did
real.
did Oregon have momentum at all, or did they like
First
get beat
half,
convincingly?
yeah, first half, it was like a little back and forth in the first half, but Indiana stretched it out in the second half and got out on them in the second half and held the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Kind of like that slow squeeze you was talking about.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking
Pause.
at I don't Michigan. I'm looking at let's go with the matchups because this game is about matchups always, especially in these big games, especially when you get into no conference championship play. No, the CFP is about the matchups. Ohio State matches up well against a lot of teams around the country. If you look at Ohio State, a lot of people believe that Ohio State has been the clear number one team in the country throughout the year. But then you have people be like, oh, Ohio State hasn't played anybody. Well, it's not our fault that some of the teams that was ranked in the preseason fell the fuck off. It's not our fault.
No, Penn State. Penn State is not our fault.
Like it's not our
Nah.
fault they fell off like bad
Clat
dope.
Clat Clat was saying that even though like Penn State fell off, that's still a a good win. That's that's not a it ain't like it ain't like they scum. I mean, they probably beat most teams they run into with a formidable starting quarterback, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like they ain't like trash, like motherfuckers just ain't gonna go in there in Happy Valley and smoke them at all. Like it ain't this is that ain't
Hey,
what
Penn
this
State
is.
beat
But
Nebraska last week, man. They beat the brakes off Nebraska, dog.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, like they still got something over there for you, but it just ain't what they tried to. Well, what I'm gonna say me like what we tried to say Penn State was worth. I'm on record like being high as hell on Penn State. Just because they had like an experienced group. You know what I mean? They've been together for a while. So I thought like maybe like they could potentially go on like another playoff run. But like you said, it ain't our fault. Guys that fell off. Shit, they was ranked at the start of the year, and they ain't now, nigga. We handling business like we supposed to, regardless. You
Yeah,
feel
but
me?
that it goes in. TB said it well, like because I always had that conversation where I talk about resumes for as these college football teams that we cover. And I look at games like, okay, Texas this week they play Texas A&M, which is by the way, I believe Texas is going to get Texas A&M, but we'll talk about that Friday. But in particular,
Mhm.
Texas and Texas A&M, you want Texas A&M to win because it looks better on our resume for us, when it comes up to committee. But TB, he's had the talking point, every week pretty much like it don't matter about the resume as long as we keep winning, we do our thing, which is I'm right. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
100% with you on that aspect for sure. Which is,
yeah,
I think that's where we're at with it. You know what I'm saying? For real. But
yeah,
at the same
That-
time, like I look at
Oh
the
yeah, we
teams like
win.
it'd be nice if Texas can beat Texas A&M. It'd be nice if Washington could fuck around and upset Oregon. You know what I mean? And make our shit look good. You feel me? So I'll just be looking at stuff that in that aspect in particular. But like TV said,
Mhm.
it really don't matter what those other teams are doing as long as we do what we do.
And you know what? And I said that it don't matter because we Ohio State, we gonna win. But one thing I will say about like those upsets, like Washington beating, that just I hate it because I'm with Tone. I'm getting tired of this SEC shit. But if Oregon loses to Washington, they're going to use that against the Big Ten, saying we ain't strong. You know what I mean? Or I hate that
right,
shit. You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right,
I hate that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But I do agree with you as far as it would be nice, like what I'm saying, for Washington to beat Oregon in terms of Ohio State mindset. I agree with you 100% on that. Cam, I just hate that that's what's going to happen if that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
Because
man.
just like the
Like I
Oregon coach,
said,
I like what he said at the end of the last. Like we didn't play. I don't even know who Alabama played. San Diego State, some bullshit team.
oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
it was the bullshit, play against the Citadel and
Yeah,
University of
Mercer.
Charleston week for all the SEC
Appalachian.
teams last week. Like yeah, like that. I can't. I'm so happy they're dealing away with that shit next year. Like they should have been done with that shit. Add a conference
Yes.
game and play a conference team since y'all always talk about y'all the best conference. What's the point of y'all playing a little bullshit game that nobody cares about week fucking 13 of the damn season?
Right.
Nobody cares
And-
about those games.
yeah, and the Big Ten will play you. We ain't running from them type of games. We
Hey,
not.
Facts.
I'm gonna say this right because one thing too about the like as far as the SEC schedule, just to add a little context to it, since we talking about it, SEC a lot of those teams don't schedule crazy non-conference games. You may get a team that maybe get one, but you're looking at the trend of college football or the landscape. Like the Big Ten, we want to play SEC in one of our non-conference games. It's all
Yeah.
about them niggas wanting to come play us, but they don't be wanting to do so much. You know what I mean? For real, in
They talk
reality.
all that. Hold on, Cam. They talk all that shit, but you can't find me one SEC team that want to play Ohio State mid-November. Not
Not at
one.
all.
Find me one SEC team that want to play Ohio State in November.
And I'm not that crazy about the SEC, honestly. In my opinion, I mean, yes, they do got several teams that's in the top 25 and everything, but a lot of those teams, I can tell you right now, like the only SEC team that I feel that would be maybe competitive against us would be Georgia.
Georgia.
I don't see Texas A&M. They're not fucking with us. We'll scrape the floor with them guys.
Ain't no.
Alabama, not
I don't think.
happening.
I don't think no top team in the SEC right now can beat top teams over here. And they middle of the pack teams gonna have trouble with our Washingtons and our Illinoises and our Nebraskas and shit, bro. I
Because
think
of
Like,
yo,
playing styles,
you know
right?
what pissed me off? I see because salute to my boy Curtis Boykins, man, my brother, man. He a big Georgia fan, so I seen them putting out this whole narrative. They like they put out the score that Georgia beating Texas, and then they put out our score beating Texas, like, and they try to use the little triangle theory. Was I said that shit ain't gonna work, dog. That triangle shit don't work in all. Okay, just like I talk boxing heavy, so everybody know I talk boxing. I don't care about triangle theories that much in boxing. It don't work in certain particular cases in boxing. The same with football. The triangle theory with just because Georgia beat Texas by 2, 3 scores don't mean Georgia should be number one or they are better than Ohio State. That don't mean shit. Georgia lost to Alabama. If we want to do this triangle theory bullshit, Georgia lost to Alabama. Alabama lost to Florida State. Alabama lost to Oklahoma. So what we doing here? Y'all want to do triangle theories? I can do triangle theories all day.
Hmm.
That triangle theory shit don't mean shit. It's about that team going out there and playing on that night. like,
Correct.
I be seeing a lot of narratives, some wicked shit out here from some of you college football fans out here. And that's why I say this week I'm on a rampage. I'm ready to expose a lot of these dumbass narratives this week. So like we're gonna cook a lot of these dumbass narratives this week. And that's a narrative right there that we cooking right there for sure. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I'm excited for this week, man. And this is gonna be a great week, man. This is a great week, man. This is what we've been waiting for all year. And I heard Jeremiah Smith, he said this in the clip that I seen from the Caleb Downs pod, where he said, like, no, we've been ready to play these boys all year. And that was
Facts.
that's very telling. That shows and that tells me that they're literally, everything they've been doing was built up to this game throughout this whole entire year.
Hmm.
Everything, man, and they're them guys. I just see them laying it all on the line this week, man. They're gonna lay it all on the line for this game this week, and they, like you said, leave no doubt in
Hmm.
this game. I don't care if we win the game by one damn point. Just win the damn game. I don't care if it's a blowout or not. Just win it. Just win it. That's where I'm at with it. Do I
At
would
the
I
end of
love
the
for us to blow their ass out? Hell yeah, I wanna blow them out. If we up 4 or 5 scores, let's get up to 6 or 7. Yeah.
hmm I want to blow out bad though. I care if we win by 1 point. I would still take it, but I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, and
I ain't gonna
I
hold
think you looking at it as the performance aspect. You want us to look
you.
sharp in this game
Hmm.
going into next week for Indy. You know what I mean? For
Right.
for for Indiana in that game. I mean, which is I'm right along with you, brother, on that one. Like I want us to look sharp as well, and I believe that we will look sharp. I think I can see, like, I really, like I said, my two theories of how this game is going to go. As far as it being tough in the first half, then we get out on them in the second half, or we put belt to them early in the first half, and they're gonna be fighting to get back in the second half throughout the game. You know what I'm saying? Like
Correct.
I see it going either way, and I can see this game being my first prediction for as it being a ugly game in the first half, and then we get out on them in the second half. I could see it being that, which is I'm
Yeah.
cool if it's gonna be that. You know what I mean? If it's that, I'm cool with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we gonna be
Yeah.
nervous. The nerves to be up for Ohio State fans. And let me speak about this as far as the Ohio State fans, 'cause I see a lot of Ohio State fans on some of my posts and stuff on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, where some Ohio State fans, they're very optimistic in this game, which is
Hmm.
they have all right to. You have all right to it with the history of what happened the last 4 years. You have all
Facts.
right to be optimistic going in this game. I'm not mad at that mindset at all, but don't be so optimistic where you don't have faith and you all nervous and shit. Because if the team ain't nervous, I feel us as a fan base shouldn't be nervous going into this game as well.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
feel like we should know that we have a talented ball club over there that's laser focused, ready for this game. And if they're confident, we should be fans and be confident as well, along with the team. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
That's where I'm at with it this week. That's why, like, I'm not going to be out here and just put the notion and be like, oh yeah, on this Saturday, Ohio State, they're gonna put belt the ass to Michigan and stuff like that, and we gonna beat them by 50, and do all of that hoorah talk. Like it's not needed. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I feel like we're gonna win this game regardless to what the score is. It's all about us winning this game and going to that Big Ten. And I can name you a whole bunch of different reasons of why this team is motivated to win this game. I can name you damn near 15, 20 reasons right now. And
Right.
I can tell you one of them is that Big Ten championship. We haven't been to the Big Ten championship since 2020.
Yeah.
Haven't
And
tasted Indy.
yeah,
This
and
this
guess what,
team
bro?
that seniors, they have not got gold pants. They have
Hmm.
not beat Michigan. The newer guys haven't been in this game, so they're new to the game. You know what I mean? And they
And
know
if you
how important
remember,
this game
and
is.
if you remember, bro, I said that last year. Remember, I was all last year in our first year in the pod. I brought that up so many times. How we have not won the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah,
Like,
bro,
it's
and like you when you said it mattered then, and it matters even more now. And like when I hear Ryan Day speak about it, it really I get the chills thinking about it when Ryan Day speaks about it because I'm like, Ryan Day gets I like he literally gets it, bro. He knows like man, we want to win it all. We don't want to be just the first team in Ohio State history to win back to back. We want that Big Ten championship too. We ain't never played in Indiana
hmm
for that Big Ten
facts,
championship in a while. We want that too. We want to beat Michigan. We want everything that comes with this shit. Beating the bums up north,
facts,
winning the Big Ten championship, and winning back to back, being the first team in Ohio State history to go back to back. That's key.
facts.
Like
That's key.
and like one thing I heard Ryan Day say, this team, this is a new team. This is a different team from last year. They have to write their own story. The story was written from that 2024 team. That story's over with. And you remember what we talked about early this year where they took down a lot of the national championship stuff down. Caleb Downs was one of the main ones speaking about it. Like, yo, this is
Hmm.
a new team. We having our own story, rewriting our own story. That what happened in 2024 doesn't matter. And
Yeah.
that's the mindset that they have. And that's why I want everybody that's listening, and even if you watch this on a playback, to listen to what we're talking about in this, particularly with the mindset that these guys have. They're laser focused and they know how much important this game is. And they know everything they've done leading up has been to this game. They seen how no, Michigan planted the flag in the middle of the field last year. They was popping
Hmm.
they shit. No, wearing Cartier glasses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stunting
Yep.
on us and shit. They know how that shit feel. They know that. This
Yep.
Caleb Downs' last regular season game in Ohio State uniform. This is
Right.
Sonny Styles' last game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kaden McDonald, Kenyatta Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these guys' last games coming in, man, and this shit is important. It's really important
Facts.
to these guys to get this win, and they've been on this from day one this year. Everything they've been doing is for this game in particular. That's why I'm confident with the mindset that they got going and how we played this year. Our defense has only gave up. Hold on, let me see for the year. Our defense has not. We haven't even gave up over 100 points this year on defense.
I don't think so. They've
We
only
haven't.
averaging like 12, 12 points a game.
Like I think on defense we gave up a total of in conference play. In conference play, 68 points.
Yeah.
Overall, we only gave up 84 points total this year.
Mm. That,
That's
that's crazy.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy. And no, we're the second best offense in the Big Ten. Indiana's ahead of us. They're the number one offense in the Big Ten with 320 points, total against their opposition. With us 296 points against our opposition. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, this week, all hats on the ball on defense. Matt Patricia, he gonna be dialing shit up crazy this week.
If
I
there's a couple
love
to
I
be,
love the matchup, but for us. our defense with Matt Patricia going against Bryce Underwood. Now, the interesting factor I will say though is Martindale, Coach Martindale over there, the defensive coordinator for Michigan, him going
Mhm.
against Brian Hartline in JS10. That's a real interesting matchup on how Martindale, because Martin,
Because Wink
he's a
Martindale,
great DC.
Wink Martindale's on Matt Patricia level, bro.
Yeah, he's there. Martindale is a great DC.
Hmm.
He is a great DC. That's one thing I will say, and I won't knock Michigan to get on that. He's a great DC. He was good last year against us, but I felt like last year it was more so on us. It wasn't him. That's just me. In my
Yeah.
opinion, it was Ryan Day. It was him being stubborn. You know what I'm saying? That game plan that Ryan Day and Chip Kelly whipped up last year against Michigan, that's throw that shit in the trash. Don't even think about bringing that shit this year.
Right.
We want to see what y'all did. Come out, Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame. Come out with those vibes. We want those vibes. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're going to get those vibes, man. I truly do, man. I truly do, man. And I can't wait. I'm excited for it, man. I
Yeah.
really am. You are you going to be here to watch the game Saturday?
Yeah.
Or you leaving Saturday? I know you leaving Saturday, but you're going to be here to watch the game at least, though, right?
Yeah. 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 For sure. For sure.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited, man. That's why I was like, I couldn't wait this week to to run the content because it's like this is a big week, and of course, with Buckeye Steppers this year, like it's been a cruising season for us. A lot, and like I mentioned it earlier on the pod earlier that a lot of stuff that's happened with Ohio State this season, we've predicted throughout the whole entire off season. So
Mhm.
it like the stuff that we're seeing from this team, it's nothing new to us. It's new to y'all, but we cover these
Yeah.
guys every week, week after week, for a year now. You know what I'm saying? So like we know what we got in this team.
Mhm.
We guess shit right about Ohio State more than the beat writers from Ohio State and a lot of other Ohio State media. No cap.
Yeah. We know
I be
what we're
feeling like
talking
they
about.
watch us and they take our talking points, real shit. Like, but that's a whole nother story.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
that's a whole nother story.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
for real, man. So this was a great one, man. For real, man. I can't wait. We definitely we'll be back live Friday with the final predictions, doing predictions for the games for this weekend. This is rival week for everybody around the college football landscape. So we'll definitely be we'll be here Friday, letting y'all know about the predictions this week for the game and stuff. And of course, we'll have our final predictions for the game. Hopefully, we get my boy T Mad and Crutch on so they can definitely cook with us for sure. We definitely need our other brothers to cook with us for sure. So hopefully, God willing, they'll be ready to cook up with us Friday. But you already know this was another banger, man. I felt like we got a lot accomplished tonight and covered a lot and took a deep dive on some shit heavy tonight, man. So I'm excited about this Saturday. I just can't wait, man. And like I said, my bold take, remember, my bold take for this game right now is I don't see Michigan scoring over 10 points on us. I say 13 at the max. I don't see them scoring over 10 on us, though. That's just me personally. I don't see at the max. I don't see them scoring over 13 on us. I don't see it. I see the offense it can be an ugly game. I actually got my prediction right, my score prediction, but I'm gonna hold on to it till Friday.
Hold on to mine too.
I got my score prediction already. I thought of my score prediction earlier today. I'm like, oh yeah, because I was talking to my brother OB. He was like, he gave a little score, and it's crazy. We came up with the same little score for real. Honestly, I was like, damn. I'm like, hey, I like that score. I like that. But so yeah, we really excited about this week, man. And this is big for Buckeye Steppers podcast. Of course, our first year of existence. Last year we lost to Michigan. Lost to Michigan in this game last year, and then we covered the Buckeyes on to them winning the national championship. Last year, and that was amazing for this show. And going into this year, um, we've been cooking up. We cooked up our off season. We cooked up during the season, and it hasn't been too much crazy for us in particular with the content because of we've been cruising through the season for real. Because some of these teams that we came across, some of them fell off in the process of them, us coming up to play them and stuff. It's just a part of the game. It is what it is. It ain't our fault. We just gonna come out there, kick your ass, and go home. You know what I mean? So that's just a part of it. But no, we're definitely striving to, to do better things along with the podcast. You're gonna see some guests on here. Hopefully, we can get a couple guests on Friday that we're working on right now for sure. And you're going to see a lot more from Buckeye Steppers podcast, man. We got a lot of stuff in the works for this for the pod. Bringing different guests on and stuff, and doing some different things coming up. Into championship play coming up. You know what I mean? We got a lot of shit in the works, so I'm excited, man. And you know, Saturday, the big one, man. 12 noon. It's gonna be cold up there. But shit, I mean, we in the Midwest. It's cold everywhere in the Midwest. It's definitely cold here in
Mhm.
Ohio. So
Right,
the
right.
cold is not going to be a factor for us at all. Like we ain't no SEC team. You know what I mean? We play in the cold all year. It ain't no different from us.
Facts. So,
For sure, man. So this is a good one. Anybody watching this on the playback, make sure y'all hit that like button for sure. Hit the like button, and it's a new feature on YouTube. It's the hype button. You can hit the hype button. It helps push the content in the algorithm and push it for us other college football content creators, and in the algorithm to to watch this content from us for sure, man. So definitely
mhm.
hit the like button and hit the hype button as well,
Yeah,
and comment on any
facts.
topic that we covered as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are welcome to comment and leave y'all opinions on any topics that we covered. We definitely gonna have some shorts rolling out from this show for sure. So we're gonna roll out some shorts, and we're gonna be cooking up and getting ready for this game Friday, and we'll be back live this Friday, man. So I'm excited, man. You already know, brother.
All right,
Hey,
bro.
by the way, do you got a bold or hot take? Let me ask you that. You got a bold or hot take?
Uh, I really don't got no bold or hot take, man. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna. I ain't trying to jinx my team on the big game week. So you know what I'm saying?
TB said you staying cautious is funny right now.
Yeah, I ain't going to no bold or hot take. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Just, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been, been let down for the past 5 years. So I'm trying to do something
Hey
different.
man, hey, you all good, man. I already know you'll have one Friday. You'll have one Friday
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. We'll
Yeah,
see.
man. So yeah, like I said before, hit the like button, hit the hype button on the playback, and make sure y'all definitely subscribe to the channel. If y'all not subscribed, man, we definitely working. And the content gonna be rolling out crazy from this show in particular throughout this week, man. So you already know. It's Beat the Bums Up North weekend. We ready for it, man. You already know. Salute to
All right,
everybody.
brother.
Have y'all a blessed night. And we will be back with y'all this Friday. And we out of
All right,
here.
we out. Just holla.